That's such a big issue. The number of births in 2023 was the lowest on record.
No one can stop the population decline.
In the first place, I cannot support a national policy of providing subsidies and incentives for people who gave birth. It's not that effective to counter the declining birth rate, and...
Hey, the TV said that South Korea's birth rate hit a record low last year as well.
South Korea's birth rate in 2023 was 0.72. South Korea is the only developed country with a birth rate below 1. In addition, the situation is even more serious in other areas, with the capital city of Seoul at 0.55. I feel a great sense of kinship with them as we have the same problems.
All I see are dark times. We indulge in such gloomy updates. It's because of all the bad news we are seeing, so everyone has a negative impression of growing old.
I agree. Old age used to be a symbol of rich experience and wisdom, but...
Is there anything positive about it?
Oh, I remember that Silver Sandyu is popular in Korea as well.
What is Sandyu?
Every country has its style of poetry, and Japan has many poems such as haiku and waka. Sandyu is a traditional, strict style of poetry that has been transformed into something comical, so that even the common people can enjoy it. The Sandyu poems consist of 5 characters for the top phrase, 7 characters for the middle phrase, and 5 characters for the bottom phrase.
You mean like a haiku?
It's different. The difference between haiku and Sandyu is that seasonal words are required in haiku, but not in Sandyu. Furthermore, while haiku focuses on nature, Sandyu's poems focus on everyday life experiences. Silver also means elderly in Japanese.
So Silver Sandyu is a folk poetry about the daily lives of elderly people, right?
Yes, this is a popular contest, and the best entries are announced once a year from among the many entries.
What kind of Sandyu do you have?
Now, let me introduce some of them. I'm sure people from any country can empathize with them. まっすぐに生きてきたのに腰曲がる。I've been living straight, but see, I am now bending over.
The contrast between the straight way of life and the hunched back is poetic in this one.
誕生日、ろうそく吹いて立ちくらみ。Blowing out the candles for my birthday made me out of breath.
There are too many candles on the cake to match the age of the person, so there were enough candles to make the person dizzy.
I agree. Or maybe the person is getting older and their lung capacity has declined. あんして、昔ラブラブ。今介護 Once upon a time, on was a common expression I made. Now, on is lovingly said to me in nursing care.
It's a poem that has a mix of heartwarming feelings and sadness.
Well, it's good that this couple has been together for a long time, even though times have changed for them. 寝坊して雨戸開ければ人だかり If you overslept and forget to close the shutters, a crowd of people will be there in the morning.
What does this one mean?
The author is probably an old man who lives alone. He usually wakes up early and opens the shutters, but today he overslept and opened it at a later time. They also probably wrote the poem about a situation in which his neighbors were worried and checking on him, wondering if something had happened to him that day.
I see. Got it. How dark.
じいちゃんの敵は段差とパスワード。Grandpa's current arrivals are the steps in his house and his account's passwords. This one doesn't need an explanation.
I can picture that grandpa holding his face close to his smartphone and entering his password over and over again, getting more and more frustrated.
テレワークやってみたいが俺無職。Teleworking seems like something I want to try, but in truth, I am unemployed. Remote work became popular during the recent you-know-what outbreak, so this author probably wanted to emulate it because everyone was doing it.
I believe this person doesn't even have a computer at home.
AI に尋ねてみたい我が老後。I'd like to ask AI what my twilight years are like. It's an exquisite poem that conveys the curiosity of wanting to ask AI something that doesn't have an actual answer, and at the same time conveys the author's anxiety about the uncertainty of his old age.
The great thing about Senju is that it turns anxiety, worry, and anger into comical poems to share.
シリだけは何度聞いても怒らない。Shiri is the only one who doesn't get mad at me when I ask too many questions.
This is understandable. Listening to the others sometimes need a lot of patience. It's tiring for most people to hear the same story repeatedly.
This topic is serious, but talking robots should be introduced into nursing care settings. I think the burden on the nursing staff will be reduced and the elderly will be relieved. 納得をするまで測る血圧計。Keeping monitoring my blood pressure until I'm satisfied. This is my dad. He can't accept that his blood pressure is high, so he measures it over and over again. Sometimes he excuses that his blood pressure monitor is malfunctioning.
He should use that effort to improve his diet and exercise.
5時起床、7時散歩で9時昼寝。Daily schedule. Wake up at 5 a.m. Walk around at 7 a.m. Then take a nap at 9 a.m.
I don't know if it's healthy or unhealthy.
The author probably wants to say that he has nothing to do and is bored. Alright, this is the last sendu I want to talk about. 病院へ。ペットはタクシー、俺は徒歩。For hospital trips, my pet can afford a taxi, but I need to go on foot.
This is an ironic poem that the author is in a low importance hierarchy than his pet.
Yeah, but I like this poem. It shows that the owners still care about their pets, and the author is well enough to walk to the hospital.
Yeah, it's a very ironic but clever poem.
When I went to the library the other day, there are a lot of sendu made by residents posted in the exhibition corner. I like how writing poetry can make it witty and interesting, even if it doesn't change their reality.
I see. Senju is popular because it is unpretentious and can resonate with many people despite of age differences.
By the way, I recently read a book by a British demographer. The Japanese title is 人口は未来を語る and the original title is Tomorrow's People, The Future of Humanity in 10 Numbers. This book illustrates that countries with higher median age are less likely to experience violence, such as wars and conflicts.
This is one of the few positive aspects of an aging society.
Yes, everything has its good and bad sides.
Anyway, the final sentence was so good.
The last one? 病院へ、ペットはタクシー、俺は徒歩。For hospital trips, my pet can't afford a taxi, but I need to go on foot.
Yes. I also want to be spoiled a bit more. Hey, buy me some apples and basil. Chop chop.
Who takes a taxi to buy pet trees in this economy? Since you're a bird, why not just fly out and buy it yourself?
But I don't have money. Besides, if I go outside,